A very good morning, class. Today we start the next topic from our chapter, that is the fundamental unit of life, and we will just discuss some other topics from the chapter, that is what are the cell and who discovered cell, what are nucleus, who discovered nucleus, cell theory, multicellular, unicellular organelles. Today we start the next topic, that is cell membrane and the plasma membrane. Before starting this topic, you should know that these are the cell organelles which are very important to sustain any type of cell, either it is unicellular or it is multicellular. All the cell types are made up of these cell organelles. So what is plasma membrane? Plasma membrane actually is a covering which protect the cell from any injury, and this it guards the entry of any foreign particles to the cell. Okay, so it is very important, and the carbon dioxide and other substances can move across the cell membrane by the process called diffusion. Okay, so firstly, before just starting the process of diffusion, we should know that what is plasma membrane, how it look like. So we know that two types of cells are there, that is plant cell and animal cell. So you can see here's a membrane which covers the whole cell. This is the membrane which covers the whole cell, and this layer is known as the plasma membrane. Okay, so this layer is responsible for the guarding of the cells. Okay, now we will just go through here again what is diffusion. We will ask what is diffusion. So diffusion is what? Diffusion is the movement of the cell from higher concentration to the lower concentration. So basically, when there is a higher concentration, whenever there is a high concentration, the molecules will move from that high concentration to lower concentration to just equalize the situation, and that is what the diffusion is. Okay, now this is about the in the cell environment, the concentration of CO2 is low as compared to that inside the cell. As soon as there is a difference in concentration of CO2 inside and outside a cell, CO2 moves out the cell from the region of high concentration. So there is taking a two example and a two cell. We are taking two cells, and in one cell there is a lower concentration of CO2, and the other cell there is a high concentration of CO2. So from the high concentration to lower concentration, CO2 will move. Okay, so this is called diffusion. This is as diffusion is. Okay, so the diffusion plays an important gas exchange of the cell. Now I don't know, you guys just curious about these allness, but when I was in 9th class, I just kept in mind, or I just thought that why diffusion is not occurring in our body, why gases of exchange are not occurring, or breathing is not occurring by this diffusion process. The main process is to exchange the gases. Now we also take oxygen and just breathe out the carbon dioxide, and same process is going here. So why diffusion is not just favorable for human beings? Now the answer is because our body is too complex, and diffusion occurs in our body. A cell to cell process will take in a very longer period of time and will not enough to just fulfill our requirement. That is why diffusion is not sufficient for our body services, and that is why we can't just rely on it. Okay, so that is why the diffusion is not good. And when diffusion, then the exchange of gases containing when the exchange of gases process is behaving like high concentration to lower concentration, it is called diffusion. But when the water molecules, when there is a movement of water involving in the high concentration to lower concentration, a new term is defined here, which is osmosis. So when there is a exchange of water, that we will call it as osmosis, and whenever it is a exchange of gaseous molecule, we will call it as a diffusion. Okay, now the movement across the water across the plasma membrane is also affected by the amount of substance dissolved in water. Now maybe the water is sugary, it consisting of starch, carbohydrate, or it is not a single type of water. So it is also a defining factor for the transport of the water. What will have if you put an animal cell in the plant cell? Again, what I am just saying, just ask in here, what will happen if we just put an animal or a plant cell in a sugar or salt solution of water? What will happen? One of the following could happen. If the medium surrounding the cell has a higher concentration of water than the cell, meaning the outside solution is very dilute, the cell will regain water. Osmosis evolution is called hypotonic solution. Okay, I am just defining in a very simpler way. We have three type of solution: hypotonic, hypertonic, and isotonic. Okay, now what are these? If the water from the outside goes inside the cell and the cell get swelled, then this condition is called hypotonic condition, and the solution of this type is known as hypotonic solution. Okay, what I just say, I say when a water from the outside gets into the cell and the cell gets swelled up, this condition is known as hypertonic condition, and the solution is hypotonic solution. Okay, and the next one is opposite of this, when the concentration of the cell is more than the water as compared to the water present outside, then the water from the cell goes to the outside environment, and the cell will get shrink, and this type of solution is known as hypertonic solution, and the hypertonic solution, and the substance is known as hypotonic. Okay, and where there is no movement, though both the concentration are same, then it is known as isotonic solution. And there are some of the examples given here, you have to just read it them. Okay, diffusion is an important exchange of gases and water in the life of process, and different molecules moving out through the type of transport requiring use of energy. Now these type of molecules, these are transferring just depending on the number of concentration, where the concentration high, where is the concentration of low. These type of transportation are known as passive transportation. Okay, and when the transportations requires energy, ATP energy, so these are known as active transportation. Mainly you can just conclude by taking an example. Many examples are here, so these are such processes. And one process is also when the flexibility of the cell membrane also engulf the cell to engulf in food and other material gets fermented. Such a process are called endocytosis. What is endocytosis? When all the water from the cell gets shrink, okay, and the cell gets shrink, then all the cell organelles get collected in the one side only, and this process is known as endocytosis. Amoeba just do that process. Now the second one is the cell wall. What is cell wall? Cell wall is the additional layer which is present outside the plasma membrane, but there is a difference here. In the animal cell, no cell wall is present, but in the plant cell cell wall is present, and this cell wall is composed of the cellulose, and cellulose is a very complex process and the substance, and provides structural strength to the plants. Okay, now this is about the cell membrane and the cell part. Okay, now this is about cell wall. Now the next topic, which is nucleus, we will discuss in the next lecture, because nucleus is a very wider process, a wider topic, and you should just do it in a very simpler way, and I will discuss in a very simpler way, but it was a time taking topic, so I will discuss in a next lecture. Okay, so next lecture. Okay, so just keep revising what we have learned today. I will discuss the next topics further. Thank you.